Dear students, today I am going to teach you beliefs of early nationalist leader. If you are having any problem regarding early nationalist and assertive nationalist, so one very common point I would like to teach you, and if you'll remember this one, so you will be very much comfortable. Early nationalist or assertive nationalist, both are the member of INC, Indian National Congress. Early nationalists are known as old version, like in our family you can see this one. Old group will be also there and youth will be also there. So in Indian National Congress, also two wings were there. First wings, old group experiences one, and second group was youth, and that youth always aggressive little bit. So I think now you'll understand this one. Old version, old people of the Indian National Congress, basically known as early nationalist, and youth of the INC will be known as assertive nationalist. So one by one I'll teach you. First one, today I'm going to teach you beliefs of early nationalist. Early nationalist had faith in British sense of justice and fair play, honesty and integrity of the British. Meaning, early nationalists believe that British government is very benevolent government, very generous government, and they have lot of trust in British sense of justice. Means British government will be not impartial regarding any issue, and British government will sort out all Indian problems. Likewise, their ideology was there. It was their hope that British would grant home rule. Home rule means self rule status like Canada, Australia, Ireland. Meaning, India was the colony of Britain. Ireland was the colony of Britain. Australia was the colony of Britain. Canada was the colony of Britain. Okay, so early nationalists believe that British government will provide same system. Okay, in India also, what system they introduce in other colonial empire. They believe that British rule had many benefit. For example, it added in the cleaning, means many drawbacks were there in our society, like sati system, untouchability, child marriage, widow remarriage was not allowed. So widow remarriage act was passed by British government. I have taught you. So early nationalist believes that means British government is doing some good deed also. Means our drawbacks will be eliminated by the British government. Okay, and this is very good deed, and our society will be progressive. And earlier our society had lot of drawbacks, rituals, whatever. They were of the opinion that British would help Indian govern themselves according to the Western standard. Meaning, British government or British system will provide a training to Indian how to govern the country on the ground of Western standard. What do you mean by Western standard? I think you know. In Western standard means fundamental rights, individual liberty, civil liberty. These things will be there. Again, I am going to repeat: fundamental rights, civil liberty, individual liberty. These type of things will be developed by local self-government. These type of systems will be developed by Britishers. Now, they realized that constitutional and peaceful method to achieve their aim. Means early nationalists believed in constitutional method, and they requested to government, they given petition to government, and given petition to British officers, British Parliament, British Crown, and by that one they wanted that British government will take care, and British government will do some good step for Indians. Now, method, sorry. Now, next topic, I would like to explain this one. Demand of the early nationalist leader. Very, very important demand is there. First one, constitutional demand. The early nationalists wanted a large share in the government of their country. They believed that eventually India should move towards one wait a minute, yes. Now, constitutional demand. The early nationalists wanted large share in the government of their country. They believed that eventually India should move towards democratic self-government. However, they did not ask for the immediate achievement of their goal, as they feared that government would suppress. Meaning, early nationalists were working for self-government, but at initial stage, means primary stage, they never demanded because they had fear. Give me water. They had fear that British government can suppress our movement. So that's why they demanded, they adopted constitutional path to achieve their goal, and by gradual, means by slowly they wanted to get this one. Now, there some demands are there, I would like to mention here. Abolition of the Indian Council, very easy. Next one, expansion of the Legislative Council and Legislative Assembly, both at center and provinces. What do you mean by this one? Means Legislative Assembly means law making body, and there were two type of law making body, one for center and second for provinces. So Indian National Congress demanded that this council should be enlarged, meaning more Indians should be appointed or nominated in that council. Increase in the membership of the Indian by including some members elected by local bodies like Chamber of Commerce, universities. I think Chamber of Commerce, you know this one, it is a organization of the traders, and traders will have one Chamber of Commerce. In that one, Indian will be nominated, or Indian should be appointed. And universities, I think you know, senates will be there, executive council, and in executive council, Congress demanded that more people should be appointed, nominated in that council, and they give greater power to them. They demanded that Indian control over the public purse and raised the slogan, no taxation without representation. And this slogan, I think you know this one, no taxation without representation, is the slogan of American Revolution. And means Indian National Congress demanded that if any legislative body is there, that body going to make law or going to impose tax on Indians, so definitely Indians representative should be there. By beginning of 20th century, they made demand of Swaraj, self-government within the British Empire, status like Canada, Australia and Ireland, not freedom. Very fairly I am telling you, Indian early nationalist never demanded for freedom. They demanded self-government within the British Empire. And now, adequate representation of the Indian in the Executive Council of Viceroy and those of governors, meaning in each and every governor council and Viceroy council, Indian representative should be there. That was the demand. That is constitutional demand. And second one, economic demand. Going to teach you second one, economic demand. Reduction of the land revenue, protection of peasants, against unjust demand of zamindars. I think land revenue was very high. So basically, farmers were in the grip of moneylender. Moneylender given money, but they had taken a lot of interest. So that's why farmers were facing problem. So first demand was there कि government should protect farmers and extra levied, extra tax, okay, collected by zamindar, that should be stopped. Next one, reduction in expenditure of army and the money thus saved to be spent on welfare activities such as healthcare and education. Meaning British government investing money in the army, recruitment of the army, artillery of army, guns of army. Indian National Congress demanded, early nationalists, कि government should utilize that money for the welfare of people of India. Welfare means to government should provide maximum happiness to maximum number of the people, and government should take care about the education of Indians, health care of Indians. Now, and very important point one I am going to teach you. An inquiry into the India's growing poverty and famine. Meaning, famine came to India, and day by day poverty increased in India. So government should set up one inquiry committee, and by that committee, government should know what are the reason that famines came to India continuously and poverty going to increase day by day. So government should investigate this one. Next, availability of the chief credit to peasants through agricultural banks. I think this is a very recent trend. I think my words are familiar about Kisan credit card. Okay, means farmers will be given money by bank, okay, with very less interest rate. By that one, farmer will, okay, boost up agriculture, and when farmer will be strong, so definitely economy will strong. Development of banking, irrigation, medical and health facility, just I have taught you. And now industrial growth through trade protection. What do you mean by trade protection? I have taught you, dear student, one way free trade means when British government came to India, so after that company adopted one way free trade policy. Means British commodities coming to India, no tax or minimum duty. Indian commodities to going to outside of the country, maximum tax imposed. So means target was there how to ruin the Indian trade and commerce. Indian National Congress, early nationalists demanded that government should protect Indian industries. Means one way free trade policy is not good. Government should make a policy. By that policy, Indian industries, Indian cotton industries will boost up. Now, total abolition of the salt tax and duty on sugar, that is no need to explain. And next point is there. Administrative demand. The early nationalists made the following demand in the administrative sphere. Demand of Indianization of civil services through simultaneous Indian civil service examination in England and India. Very important demand. They demanded that कि UPSC examination, this one. So that time it was Indian civil services examination, and it was held only in Britain. So Indian National Congress demanded that simultaneously this examination should be held in India and England, both places also, that Indian can easily participate in that election. And complete separation of the executive and judiciary. I think separation of power theory, this one, given by Montesquieu, and he has written one book, Spirit of Law. Spirit of Laws, in that book he has written that executive and judiciary should be separated. Means separation of power theory, then exploitation can't be there. So Indian National Congress demanded that separation of executive and judiciary. They made their demand to protect Indian for the arbitrary act of the police and bureaucracy. Increase in the power of the local municipal bodies and reduction of the official control over them. Repeal the Arms Act and License Act. Arms Act and License Act I have taught you. I think this one. Means if any Indian having gun without license, it will be considered criminal offence, but it will be not applicable on European. So they demanded that Arms Act and License Act should be repealed. Repeal means withdraw. Wider in employment of Indians in the higher grade administrative services, no need to explain this one, and spread of primary education among the masses, and improvement of the police system to make it honest, efficient and popular. That is very difficult task, but it was demanded by early nationalists. So dear student, today only this much. Last point, defense of the civil rights, removal of the restrictions imposed by the British government on the freedom of press and freedom of speech, abolition of the Prevention Detention Act, meaning police can arrest any person and imprisoned also. So that type of act should be repealed, and restoration of the right to assemble and the form association. So these are the points of the early nationalist demand. And now next day I'll come with another video. In that one I'll teach you method of the early nationalist. Thank you.